All right, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us, not just for breakfast, but for something far more important, a shared vision for a stronger, healthier, stronger community. My name is Annie Breitinger, and I have the privilege of being your MC this morning. I'm also on the board of directors for Turning Points. I know many of you from different parts of my career. I was some of your lawyer when I was a lawyer for doctors and small businesses at Blaylock Walters, and others of you I met during my time as the executive director of another great local nonprofit, We Care Manatee. Turning Points and We Care Manatee work in tandem, ensuring our uninsured neighbors have access not just to primary care, but also specialists, imaging, and treatment when they need it most. My why for why I'm involved with Turning Points is from my time working so collaboratively with Turning Points Medical Clinic. Daily, Turning Points would refer patients to We Care for specialized care, and what stood out to me was this. It was never just passing the patient off to We Care. It was adding more people to the patient's care team. Navigating healthcare without insurance is hard enough, but imagine doing it while facing serious illness while you're already struggling to make ends meet. I remember a patient, we'll call her Angela, and I also did a lot of HIPAA compliance when I was a lawyer, so obviously names and details are changed. Angela worked a part-time job and was uninsured, like many of our neighbors. She came to the Turning Points Clinic when she found a lump in her breast. Dr. Cohen at the Turning Points Clinic took immediate action and added to her care team, looping in We Care and activating the breast health program so that Angela could get diagnostic mammograms, biopsies, and treatment. But Turning Points didn't just send the referral and move on. They stayed with her every step of the way. Trouble getting a biopsy scheduled? One text from me to Dr. Cohen, and he was on the phone making it happen. And if you know Dr. Cohen, he doesn't have a problem ruffling a few feathers on behalf of his patients. When Angela needed a referral to Moffitt, the Turning Points team got everything in order so fast to make sure she could get the best care possible. People don't expect a lot from free healthcare. They assume red tape, subpar facilities, and burnt-out doctors. But that's not what you find at the Turning Points Clinic. You find a team fueled by passion, people who remove that red tape and barriers, fight for their patients, and make sure they get the care they deserve. I chose to serve with Turning Points because they don't just check a box and move on. They don't refer a patient elsewhere, complete it as a success for their annual report they send out to their donors. They stay involved, they dig deeper, they collaborate, and ultimately they change lives, and that's why I'm here today and why I believe in their work. This year is a milestone, as 2025 marks 30 years of Turning Points serving our community. That's three decades of providing hope, stability, and life-changing services to those in need. In honor of our 30th anniversary, we have a special video message for you this morning.
Hi, this is Adela Roser. I was executive director at Turning Points since 2004. Back then we were known as Community Coalition on Homelessness. And we had a small office in the Police Athletic League and one also in a little back room in Our Daily Bread on 14th Street.
Dennis probably feels like she's just cleaning teeth and, just helping the teeth out, but she doesn't know how much she's helping my heart out and all the history that goes in my teeth and all the comments and the, even as a child. So she's changing more than just teeth. She's changing my life.
They helped me here. They did something that nobody else would help me, look at me, do anything for me, and they did. Had it not been for them, I wouldn't be here today.
But finally, today, I have a new home. My family is back together now. Really, through the help of you, Turning Points.
I'm a front security for Westminster Suncoast, and I get to greet everybody that comes in there, and I'm always greeting them with a smile, and they're always telling me how beautiful my smile is, which in return I get to think, thank you, Turning Points. Y'all are awesome.
Coming here and getting that help, I feel alive. I really feel alive and just so grateful that where my life is going today.
I learned to stand, and I'm gonna continue to stand and walk. I don't walk alone no more because I reached that breaking point, and now I know I have support. I have a new support system that I felt good enough to come back, and I wouldn't feel comfortable not coming to Turning Point and be thankful for what y'all did to me, for me.
This really changed my life. I speak weird right now because I'm not used to it, but I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You just really changed my life. Like, I really love it, really, really love it. Thank you so much.
And I congratulate Turning Points for maintaining these services and look forward to them doing this for many more years. Thanks for your help in making sure that this continues.
"30 years of changing lives is only possible with the support and partnership of our community. And the same goes for this event. Let's take a moment to thank those that made today possible. First, a heartfelt thanks to our table captains. I know that it can be a challenge to herd the cats to all fill your table, so thank you for bringing together this room of compassionate and engaged individuals. We also want to thank our Be the Key Society members, which I believe were on your screen previously. These 120 dedicated individuals and couples pledged their support for the next 5 years, ensuring that Turning Points remains fiscally strong and sustainable. We are greatly appreciative of their support. Elected officials and official representatives, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the support that you show Turning Points all year long. And a heartfelt thank you to our title sponsors, Moat Scientific Foundation and the Grimes Galvano Law Firm. Your generous support ensures that every dollar raised today goes directly to benefit Turning Point's programs and operations, so thank you. We also proudly recognize the Turning Point staff and team that's here today. Staff, can you please stand up? Your dedication and compassion create opportunities for those who need them, and we thank you for your incredible impact that you have on our community. Okay, so I'll be honest, I didn't always fully understand what Turning Points did, especially when I first moved to Bradenton. I thought it was just showers, basic services, maybe an overnight shelter. But the more I got involved, the more I understood the full breadth of services offered by Turning Points. And I'm guessing that a lot of folks in Manatee County, and maybe even in this room, might have the same misconceptions about what Turning Points does. So I thought I'd put together, and by I'd put together, I mean Kathleen put together, a list of the top 5 misunderstandings about Turning Points. And I'm also going to have our board chair, David Kraft, join us. We're going to mix it up a little bit here. So let's dive right in. Oh my, there we go. What are you doing there? I'm mixing it up. Okay, you go first.
Thought it was my job to mix it up. Except after crying, I'm supposed to bring my monster truck voice to this situation after crying through the video. This I was not warned about. But myth busting, this I love. So misunderstanding number 1. Turning Points is just a homeless shelter.
Actually, David, it's not. The Salvation Army is currently the only homeless shelter in Manatee County. You'll hear more about that this morning, about the wide range of services provided at Turning Points, but emergency shelter is not one of them.
What are you trying to tell me, Annie?
Monster truck voice.
You what?
Monster truck voice.
The monster truck voice?
Perfect.
If their medical and dental care is free, it must be low quality.
You already know how I feel about the medical services at Turning Points. Free doesn't mean low quality at Turning Points. It means accessible excellence. In fact, many of our patients say that the care they received at Turning Points is the highest quality care they've ever received.
It's good to know. Misunderstanding number 3. Turning Points only serves the homeless?
That was a weird choice. I didn't do it. This is the misconception that I hear the most often. In reality, only about 30% of people we serve at Turning Points are currently experiencing homelessness. The majority of our services focus on preventing homelessness before it even happens.
I'm not touching it. Okay. Misunderstanding number 4. Navigation services are just referrals. After that, you're on your own.
At Turning Points, the navigators do so much more than just referrals. When someone's in crisis, our navigators act as problem solvers and red cape cutters, advocates and guides, ensuring that clients successfully connect to the resources they need.
This one, we're going with the late night DJ voice. Turning Points is only about short-term help.
I liked that one best. While we provide immediate assistance, our ultimate goal is always long-term stability. Turning Points provides services to regain stability today and the tools to build a stronger future. Thank you, David. You mixed it up great.
That's my cue to get off the stage.
And now, when you all encounter these misconceptions in the community, you have the power to set the record straight. Together, we can ensure that everyone understands our services and can help connect the right people to the right services. As you finish your breakfast, I invite you to watch this special video highlighting the impact we've made together in the past year. Thank you. As we celebrate 30 years of impact in 2025, it's incredible to reflect on how far Turning Points has come and the recognition we've earned along the way. 2024 was a real banner year for us. Our team received numerous awards for their dedication and excellence, and you just saw some of those on the screen at the end of the video. We're kicking off our 30th anniversary year with even more to celebrate. Later this month, we are being awarded the prestigious Nonprofit Leadership Award at the Pat Glass Leadership Luncheon. And all of these honors are a real testament to the dedication of the Turning Points team, volunteers, and supporters. And of course, none of this would be possible without the strong leadership guiding the way. At the heart of Turning Points is a leader who is deeply committed to innovation, collaboration, and ensuring that every person that walks through the doors at Turning Points is met and given the help that they need. Please welcome Turning Points Executive Director Kathleen Kramer.
Short people stuff. Uh-oh. Oh, they told me how to do this and I still did it wrong. Okay. Oh boy. It's a good thing we got started early because now I mucked it all up. Okay. AV guy might have to come up here. I leave it precariously for everyone that follows me. Imagine a mother exhausted from her long shift at work that comes home to find another past due bill on the kitchen table. Her child sitting just a few feet away working on their homework has no idea that storm that's brewing in their household. Rent is due, the power bill's already late, and the groceries are running low. She's done everything right. She worked hard. She played by the rules, but the costs just keep going up and she keeps slipping further behind. How long can she hold on? Now imagine that same mother, keys in her hand, sitting in the front seat of her car. Not by choice, because it's the only shelter she has for her child. Imagine the fear that that child has as her small world unravels. And yet, on Monday, she has to get up and go to school, try to focus, and do her best like nothing has changed. This isn't just one family's story. Unfortunately, too many families, too many individuals in our community are struggling to stay afloat. And you know what? Most of us will never actually personally see the extent of the issue. But the stories or the statistics really paint an interesting story. They make it clear. 66,000 households in Manatee County are living paycheck to paycheck, one crisis away from everything unraveling. There are over 78,000 students in Florida experiencing homelessness. In Manatee County, we had 1,203 students in 22-23 who were living in cars, who were living in motels, doubled up, or living in places that were not considered safe for habitation. And families aren't just struggling financially. Imagine the constant stress that your children are under when you're in crisis or near crisis all the time. It's okay to feel overwhelmed by the numbers. It's a lot. And that's why at Turning Points, we focus on one person, one family at a time. With the right support at the right time, families can stabilize, people can rebuild their lives, and they can find hope again. At Turning Points, every success story starts with just one connection, one person who's there to get the opportunity to do better and to get that single chance with help. I get to brag on my team a little bit, and I'm really excited, you guys. This is the first time that the full Turning Point staff has ever been able to come to this breakfast. And I wanted them, every time I leave the breakfast, I think, oh my gosh, I wish my staff could have seen that. I wish they could have heard the speakers, hear me brag about them. They hear me yell at them, but not brag at them too much. You know how that is. So last year, Turning Points provided over $1.5 million in financial assistance to keep lights on and doors open. And here's the really good news. 80% of those people who received rental assistance were still housed 12 months later. Last year, our Free Health Center delivered nearly $5 million in medical and dental care, giving uninsured Manatee County residents the chance to build a healthy future. We helped over 5,000 people connect to SNAP benefits, ensuring that they didn't have to go to bed hungry. And in its first full year, you guys probably remember me up here a couple years ago talking about how I was gonna have a team of navigators. Well, in their first full year, the Community Resource Navigation team absolutely crushed expectations. They provided 11,823 services in 1 year to 2,700 individuals. To say that the team has been busy is an absolute understatement. They have been moving so fast, we're thinking about getting them roller skates. When you're in crisis, it's overwhelming. People shut down. They don't know who to turn to. They don't know where to go. And I think that's why the navigation program has been so successful. We have more people coming than we ever imagined. It's because people are so thankful to just have somebody to talk to, somebody to help, somebody to give them hope, and to show them that there is a pathway forward. I love to brag on the incredible team, and it was a real honor to receive some incredible accolades and awards this year, and it goes to show how amazing the staff and volunteers are. But really, the only reward that matters is seeing lives changed. I couldn't be prouder of all that we accomplished, and that's the collective we, our supporters, our volunteers, our community, and I believe it's only the beginning. We know change is inevitable. Boy, we figured that out this year, didn't we? It shapes our nation, our economy, even the environment. The cost of living rises, policies evolve, and hurricanes, they remind us of Mother Nature's power. And while change can bring challenges, change can also bring great opportunity. New programs emerge, new agencies come to town, new funding rises up, more affordable housing is built in our community. At Turning Points, we embrace with a steadfast commitment to adaptability. And that's why I'm excited to share a little glimpse of what's coming next for Turning Points. We are working on an exciting new initiative with the Manatee County School District to bring our services directly to families with school-aged children in a very accessible way, and to make it easier for teachers to make a single referral and feel like they know the family is going to get the support they need. Our aim is to reach families at early signs of struggle, well before crisis turns into homelessness. Because if we stabilize the family, we stabilize the children. And that gives them the very best chance to succeed at school and to succeed in life. What a great way to maximize impact. The partnership that we're having here marks a shift for Turning Points, not just in how we provide services, but how we connect with the people who need us. We'll be expanding our reach deeper into the community. By meeting people where they are, we're making our services more accessible, more immediate, and more effective. As I look at the next 30 years, I'm still filled with hope. Can't take it out of me. I see a future where families in Manatee County will have the support that they need. The stability will be within their reach, and no child will ever have to wonder where they're sleeping that night. But what about you? Is this your picture of Manatee County? Is this a future you want to see? Families achieving long-term success? No Manatee child ever having to sleep in their car again? Because the vision's possible. but not without you, not without our community. Here's the truth. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Someone else isn't going to fix this for us. We have to be the change that we want to see. Each of us has that power. I think we always are looking for somebody else, somebody bigger, somebody better to fix things. But really, every single person has the power to be a part of the change, whether that's giving generously, advocating, sharing your voice, volunteering, spreading the word. Your involvement is essential. Share our mission. Connect us with the big thinkers out there who are ready to collaborate. Help us amplify our collective impact. With you by our side, we can build a community where opportunity to rise up is available to everyone. Together, we are the key. Thank you. So now it's time to get out your tissues. We have arrived at the most meaningful part of the whole morning, hearing from the incredible people, telling their stories that remind us why we're here. So we're going to start with our newest video of the work we accomplished and the people we served this past year.
Well, it all started with me going through a very bad divorce, and I was really depressed and just not feeling good, didn't want to leave the house. And then I started losing my teeth, and I'm a barber stylist, and I still had to continue to work. So I had to hide my smile all the time and just kind of smile like that. And I met a client of mine, came through, and I was cutting his hair, and he said he was getting ready to get his teeth done at Turning Points. And I was like, Turning Points? And I had heard of the place, but I thought it was, just homeless and street people, so I didn't, put it off. And I ended up having 3-4 abscessed teeth, and I had to go to ER. So I went to the ER, and they suggested Turning Points. So there was my sign. I got to get to Turning Points. So I came here immediately after leaving ER, and they set me up with an appointment with the dentist. And I came in and I met my angel, Dr. Carlman, and she pulled all my teeth on the top and put in another whole set, a denture, and boom, I got a smile. I feel beautiful again, and I feel like my smile can light up a room now, and just radiant and happy and joyful. I was working one day, and my coworker was doing a client's hair, and she was sitting at the shampoo bowl, and I just come in to work that day, my shift, and I walked by her and gave her a big smile and said good morning, and went and put my stuff down and come back through, and she says, I just want to tell you, you have the most beautiful smile. And right there, it was like that was the first compliment that I had gotten. I'm just really happy about it. It's changed my life.
Well, I was on the streets for about maybe over a couple of years, not that long, maybe a couple of years before I came to Turning Point. I was struggling a little bit, and Turning Point kind of helped me get in the system. They helped me get in a group home, and I get along. God opened the door for me, blessed me, and I'm very confident where I'm at. I'm happy. I smile every day. I thank God my blessing every day, and they help me with food stamps, they help me with clothing. I feel great. I feel happy. I feel a lot of loads just drop off of me. Just feel lifted up. Thank you so much, Sarah. I love you there. Use my lifesaver. I love you. I love Ma. I love everybody in here. Just thank you, love. Thank you, Lord, and thank y'all for helping me to get in this program.
I can find a job right away. And I say I have 2 girls. I don't know what to do because also it's rain coming and I have to bring food for them. I don't know what to do. But so far somebody told me, you know what, maybe you have to go to these places to find, maybe they can help you. And really, I remember when I opened the door and I came to this place, I really was crying. I don't know where to go. So finally, when I came to the places, they was telling me, we're gonna try to help. Stop, because I was crying. I feel like I don't know where to go, what to do, because it was really very painful. How do you feel when you're in the middle to nowhere that you don't know nobody and you don't know where to go? I feel like every time I come in for talking with the people working here, I feel like more confidence, and they was trying to help me really very hard. I feel like I start to live again because they making me to feel so confident that they think everything gonna be fine. It was amazing because some person asked me, what kind of job you doing? You used to do it in New York, and they told me I'm dental assistant. He said, wait, we think we need somebody for dental assistant department. And I was telling him, are you kidding me? He said, no, you have all your paper with you. It was a big accident. I would think it was like a novella or movie or something like that, because I didn't expect to get the job. Also, I came here for get help. They care so much about people. It's really unbelievable how they have time to sit in and listen. What is your history? What is your problem? How they can help you? I don't know how to say. Never I will be enough to say thank you so much to somebody show me where is turning point.
These stories really show the individual impact of Turning Points more than just the numbers. Next, we have some incredible guests to share their stories with us here in person. Their strength, resiliency, and determination inspire us at Turning Points, and I'm sure will inspire all of you too. Please welcome Jennifer Bell to the stage.
Good morning. How is everyone? Hope you're doing great and enjoying your breakfast. Every time I get on stage, I get a little nervous, so if you hear me shaking inside, that's actually what's happening. I am having short people problems too, so I'll stand here. I actually experienced quite a few things throughout my life of taking care of so many other people. I'm one of 27 grandchildren, and I'm the third oldest of those children by the time I was 14. So I've been raising or taking care of someone my entire life. I grew up a little bit in the country, so we have a very close-knit family. My grandmother Sorry. My grandmother was 56 when she was diagnosed with cancer, and I was only 17. So I opted as the caretaker to take care of her and watch her slowly fade away. Throughout my years, I've always dedicated my time in the community and to other people, anyone that I met that I felt like needed that help, because that's naturally who I've been my entire life. I designed a business over the last 12 years working with seniors who have a loss of a loved one or a spouse. I work with them whether their family is in state or out of state, helping them purge and pack and clean up and help the realtors process the whole situation from start to finish. So I really feel like I normally have my act together, aside from speaking on stage, and I have always been able to help other people. So when I was at work one day, I moved down here to be next to my son, who has my grandson, and I have 6 children who are all adults now, attending college and all over the place. And my youngest, my only grandchild at the time, was living in Sarasota. So I moved my business from Sun City further down here so that I could be closer with my grandson, because I'm always with family. So I moved down. I started working at a local grocery store. Y'all probably know Sprouts. And I was offsetting my taxes while trying to get acclimated to this new community, which is actually fantastic. I started working there, and I was at work and I was in a lot of pain. I didn't know what was happening. And I also was a nurse for 6 years, so I really thought something must be terribly wrong, and I was internally hemorrhaging. I went home that day super sad because I didn't know what was wrong. Got into the doctors pretty quickly with the help of some much needed health care that I didn't have because I couldn't afford it at the time. And I'm a self-employed person, so there's that. So I ended up getting health care and finding out that I needed an immediate emergency surgery. It was a hysterectomy, which was a terrible recovery, and I thought that it would only be 6 weeks until I came out of surgery and found out they had done multiple surgeries. And I wasn't there to okay it, so I woke up and I realized I had a 3-month recovery instead of 6 weeks. I came home with a catheter for a week, and during that week, I started panicking because I had been out of work before the surgeries, prepping for the surgery, not knowing that that's what was ultimately going to happen anyway. And so I had a lot of loss of income at the time. I'm used to raising 6 children and having it all together, so I was really falling apart, and I had nobody to turn to. My family is not here. I'm from Tallahassee. So I don't have family support either. I ended up going down to my apartment complex. We downsized so that there was no more returning kids for a little bit. So I went down to the office and a lady recommended Turning Points. I called and they said, just come on in and, fill out the paperwork and so forth. So I got everything together and I went in. And when I went in, I was a little bit nervous because I have been working as a professional for many years, so it's a lot humbling for me to walk in, and there was a lot going on. There were some people feeding the homeless outside. There was some different situations with mental health people were getting help as well, and so there was a lot of commotion. I just got out of surgery. I was a little drugged. I didn't drive myself, just so you know. And I went in, but as a professional, it's hard to humble yourself and go into an environment you've never experienced. And I felt like I was taking away from other people that might need it more than I did. So that made it really hard for me to accept the help too. When I went in, I ended up meeting Kayla, and I don't know the special term she used, but Kayla was just amazing. That's all I can say. So thank you. She is here this morning, so good job. I went in for help with rent, and Kayla emailed me, she called me, she followed up with me nearly every day that I think she was there, because when I came in with a bag and a catheter, and I wasn't looking so cute. And so I felt a little bit like I had no resources and no one on my side. And she called me, emailed me, and just followed up. And I think it's that kind of care and treatment that even when you're in a position where you think you won't need that type of help, that you can go out and someone is there and people give you hope, and it gives you the ability to stand back on your own. Because after raising 6 kids, I never thought that all of my savings, not much, but it did dwindle away really quickly. And because I was out of work for 3 months, Kayla, I just asked for 1 month of help. And Kayla called me a week later and said, hey, would this help you? Would it help you if I do next month? Would it help you if I do that? And I'm like, I love you. I love you, because there's not, my mom's not calling me every day and saying, hey, what can I do for you? And here's Kayla that I've never met. And she's just there reassuring me, it's okay. Just breathe. We got it. We can do this. And she did. She cut the tape and she made it happen. And I just want to tell you all that whoever is here and whatever dynamic you're providing support to Turning Points, it is an absolute blessing from every level of society. It's not just the homeless. It's not just the people coming through difficult times for long periods of time. This happened abruptly. It was very scary for me. I was terrified. I've never had surgery before. And it was just a helping hand and a very warm hug. And everyone that's been involved has done nothing but make me feel like I can handle it. And now that I'm in the area and I'm healing, I'm still healing, but I'm out there. I'm still growing my business in this area, and I thank God for that, and I thank Turning Points every day. So thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Jennifer. We're so glad that you found Turning Points and got the resources that you need. We don't just have one amazing story today, we actually have two. We have another story of hope and resiliency. Can we please welcome Brandy Giddens to the stage?
Oh, tough crowd. I'm very nervous. But the MCTs yesterday was much worse. So my name is Brandy. My walk in life is a little bit different. But Turning Point has been an amazing part of my growth. I'm here today because I want to show my appreciation to Turning Point, not just for me, but for the whole community. My life hasn't been easy. I experienced abuse from a young age. I turned to drugs. I was homeless, but I'm a survivor. My journey led me to Harvest House, which is a very great program here in Manatee. I am 10 months sober, and let me tell you, thank you. Every day is a challenge because of the abuse, the mental, the physical, the emotional abuse that happened to me from a young child all the way up into adulthood, where I thought that I had met the man of my dreams and he turned out to be the devil in the flesh. So getting healthy and truly healthy is part of my journey. Harvest House referred me to Turning Point. The medical clinic, I filled out the paperwork, got an appointment quickly. And Miss K, I'm not sure where you're at, but thank you so much. Miss K, the nurse practitioner, she ordered several overdue tests, including women's exams and mammograms. Things that I had put off for far too long. Now, for the first time, I have a place to go for regular doctor's appointments and medication. Thanks to Turning Point. But the help didn't stop there. I went through the dental process also. And Dr. Clark is going to give me back my smile on February 28th. Yeah. Losing my teeth was painful in many ways. Having twins depleted my calcium, weakening my teeth. During the abusive relationship from my soon-to-be ex-husband, he knocked out several of my teeth. And with that, he took my self-worth. He took my self-esteem. He took and he broke me. And that was a horrible experience. But now Turning Point is transforming something awful into something beautiful. And I'm grateful for that. The staff here are not rude. They're never disrespectful. They understand that everyone comes from different walks of life. And that means everything to me. My start at Turning Point started with Miss Sandy. I walked through those doors and I felt love. I felt compassion. I felt welcomed. And it was just bloomed from there. Miss Margie, give me the opportunity to stand here in front of each and every one of you today to tell my story. And it's not easy. My twins are 10 years old, and they see the growth in me. They've seen what I've went through. They have witnessed the abuse. They witnessed a lot of things they should have never seen. I'm filled with gratitude, immensely. People often ask me, how do you stay positive after everything you've been through? I tell them, whatever you feed will grow. For a long time, I fed negativity because that's what I was given. I never was showed love. I was never showed that I was somebody, even from my own mother. You know, some families have love and compassion, mine didn't. Mine had drug abuse. Mine had all of the things that you don't want for your children. And violence. And believe it or not, it happens in a lot of houses today, and it's all swept under the rug because no one wants to get up in the public and speak about what they go through. Well, being a survivor today, I choose to let each and every one of you know that helping people helped people like me. And I am grateful for it. But I choose to feed myself positivity. Your positivity will grow. I see myself no longer as a shattered woman that was afraid if the wind blew, I was going to blow away. I have self-confidence now, even though my teeth aren't done yet, they're going to be. Because I made the right choices and the right decisions to do the right things, to break the bondage of addiction, to break the bondage of abuse, to break everything that broke me as a woman, as a teen, and as a child. So my girls don't never have to go through the things in life that I went through. My girls are proud of me. Right now we're apart, but I'm working hard to reunite with them. I have a full-time job. Next month, I will successfully graduate from Harvest House. This week is very big for me. Because of the abuse that was in the home and the drugs, I lost my children. They seen their father break my nose, my jaw, beat my face in. And this Thursday, I actually get to go in front of a judge to get my kids back. That makes me so happy. What makes me even happier is my kids never have to see me high. My kids never have to see me broken or beat on or anything like that ever again. And Dr. Clark, I look forward to our appointment on Friday and on the 28th. I can't wait to be a successful pitcher in that office. Sandy, thank you so much. Margie, thank you for this opportunity. I was so scared yesterday that the empty chairs, oh my God, they were so intimidating. But today I walk in and I felt the love, the compassion of each and every one of you, not just the staff. The staff at Turning Point is absolutely amazing. But you're here for a purpose, you're here for a reason. And I'm proud and happy to be a product of that. Thank you all, and have a blessed day.
All right, next up, I'd like to invite Karen from our board of directors. Thank you so much, Brandy, for sharing your story with us. That was amazing.
I love Turning Points. I love Turning Points. Sorry, I'm trying to compose myself. These stories are so powerful and so important, and we need to hear them. And we need to think about them, and we need to react to them. My name's Karen Winden, and I am on the board of directors at Turning Points. I've been a volunteer. I'm past chair, and I just love what we do. I love how we support those who are in crisis. I love how we support those who are on the cusp of crisis. I love our staff. You've heard the stories today. They are incredible. And we have a small staff that do big work. I love what we do. I love when I see somebody come into Turning Points for the first time and they think about where they're at in life and they see hope. I love when we have somebody who comes to one of our open houses and as they walk through and see all that happens, they simply say, wow, I had no idea. I didn't know. How did I have a filter on my eyes for so long about what homelessness and near homelessness is in our community? I hope each of you have a love and a passion for Turning Points in your heart too, after you've heard this morning. Some of you have been longtime supporters. Some of you are 30-year supporters. Some of you, this may be your first time hearing about us. But it takes all of us to make a difference in our community. I'm really proud to report that our overhead for Turning Points is only 8%, which means that 92 cents of every dollar received goes directly to our programs. Yeah, it's a big deal. And not to mention our 4-star rating on Charity Navigator. We truly are best in class. We're a little proud. 4 years ago, we launched the Be the Key Society. It's a multi-year giving initiative that allows people to invest in the future of Turning Points by making a pledge of $1,000 or more each year for a 5-year period. This is important because it helps us not to start each year at zero. We're able to focus on the continuity of programming, on the opportunities that we have. And with those dollars committed, it helps our team do what they do best, and that's helping people in crisis. So today you've heard about the work that we do at Turning Points. You've met some of our wonderful people. Now, I love that I have the opportunity to ask you to consider making a financial investment for our day-to-day operations. I'm hopeful that you love our work as well. Table captains, if you'd please take out your pledge forms, that would be great. We're going to start as we look at the top of that sheet where it says Be the Key Society Pledge section. The first level that you'll see on there is the Gift of Hope. And that's a pledge of $1,000 each year for 5 years. That's about $83 a month. With that gift, you can open doors by replacing a lost birth certificate for 20 people. Why is a birth certificate important? Well, it's the first step in getting a Florida ID, in obtaining housing, and in getting a job. It's important. The second level that you'll see on there is the Gift of Compassion. That's a pledge of $2,500 a year for 5 years, which is about $208 a month. An example of what that gift would be would to provide a new smile for 8 people each year. You've seen the smiles today through the Project Smile Denture program. Next is the Gift of Friendship, and that's a pledge of $10,000 a year for 5 years. This would provide an entire year of housing assistance and wraparound services for a family that's struggling with homelessness. And the last level of giving that you'll see on there is the Gift of Love. That's a pledge of $20,000 a year for 5 years. This level of giving would allow us to provide 214 individuals each year with life-saving medication needed to maintain health and to lead better lives. The next line on that form is for those who prefer to give at a different level. Please tell us what you'd like to give and for how long. Perhaps you would like to give a gift of something else, a gift of stock, or maybe you just have a great idea for us. So if you would, check that box that says, I have other ideas to share, and we'll reach out to you. If you're a current Be the Key Society member, and thank you to all of you who are in the room today, consider adding another year to your pledge. Please know that whatever you give today, including the gift of your time, by simply being here, we appreciate your support for the people that we serve in the community. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your compassion. And thank you for Turning Points. When you're finished filling out your pledge form, fold it in half and pass it to your table captain. And thank you, every one of you.
Thank you, Karen. Jennifer and Brandy, thank you guys again so much for being here and sharing your stories and your triumphs with us. It is just adds such a deeper level of understanding to what Turning Points does, and it's just invaluable at events like this. So thank you so much. As we wrap up, I want to thank again the staff at Turning Points, my fellow board of directors, volunteers, METV, Popey's Catering, and all of your table captains for your time and energy they gave to make this wonderful event possible. And most importantly, I want to thank all of you for coming and joining us this morning. Giving's not just about making a gift, it's about making a difference. Thank you all for joining us in this important work that Turning Points does, and have a great day.
Thank you.